Hello, hello. Just gonna tag a few people because my bestie won't be here tonight. So, just gonna tag a few of you guys, hoping you'll join in. Comments tonight. We got a few things going on tonight. Okay. I see. We have two people. Hi, Renska. We got a couple of projects we're going to play with tonight. We're going to bring back our Oopsie Daisy for sure. So I fussy cut them out. So we're going to make a project with them. Hello, Ellen. Hello, Sharon. We're also going to make another project. So somebody asked me how I had made a purple lotus flower. I believe it was Cheryl. And she wanted me to show how to do that. So we are going to do that tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started. People can jump in as they come, as they, you know, catch on to the live, and we'll just get going. So I think the first thing I want to do is finish up this project, and then we'll start this one. So we're going to do two tonight. We're going to play with lots of cool stuff tonight. I'm super excited. I didn't get to play much today on doing anything else. I went to dinner with my daughter, my grandson. That was super fun. And then I worked the rest of the day, which was not super fun. Hi, Mama. Okay, so what I decided to do with this, I was a little unsure because I kind of like to use them individually, but I colored them all and I needed to figure out a way to get them on the card, and I was feeling a little challenged by it. So I went into my stash and I found this window. And then I found this pre-made card base that I thought matched perfectly with the water that we colored. Hey, thank you for sharing. We're going to play with the Lotus tonight, so don't go away. I decided I wanted to put these sentiments, so I already stuck them on the Misty, but I'm not ready. I want to show you what I'm going to do with this window paint. Okay, so I played with it a little bit. You know, would I want to put the flowers here? You know, but I kind of didn't like it. I was struggling big time. So here's what I decided I wanted to do with this. So I got to get me an extra piece of paper here. And I decided what I was going to do is color the bottom part and then cut it off and make it a shelf. So this is like a whole different way to look at your dies, just like I did with your stencils the other night. And now we're going to play with doing this. So we're not going to color the whole thing. I did die cut it on Sweet Sentiment paper. So we've got that going for us. So I'm just going to color with, I decided to use, I guess I should put this over here so you guys can see, zoom in a little bit so you can really see. T8 is what I'm starting with. T8, if I can get it in there. Slippery little guy. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so T8 is what I decided to start with. And this is Sweet Sentiment paper, as I said, and I'm just kind of darkening that bottom line. It doesn't matter if I go over because I'm going to cut that out. And then I want to just do this little line right here. So that one takes a little bit more attention because I kind of want it to be pretty much straight, but not perfectly. And I'm going to actually use the shelf this way. So I want a little bit of shadow to be under that main line right there so it looks like it's recessed a little bit. So I'm going to switch to T7, which is a little bit lighter than the one I just did. We started with T8, and now we're going to do T7, and we're just going to pull from that area where I put that line, just to kind of darken that up a little bit. This is how we can play with our die cuts. I like this window, I just struggle with using it. It's just, I had high hopes when I bought it. But I pulled it out several times, but I haven't really used it because I just can't. I don't know why. It just doesn't seem like it rolls together the way that I'd like it to. So we're going to mess with it tonight. Hi, Mickey. So now I'm on T6, and then I have T4, and those are the only ones I'm going to use. So we're going to be pulling this together. So up from the bottom, doesn't matter if we go further outside the lines, we're going to cut it off. And then down from here, so let's just do the back and forth, because I think that will really help like heal that a little faster. Blend that together. How are you guys doing? It's Thursday. We're almost through the week. We got one more day. And I can only work 4 hours tomorrow because I already almost have 40 hours. So tomorrow's going to be a fun day because I don't have to work all day. No 10-hour day tomorrow. So I'm super happy about that. Okay, so I'm also going to go a little bit above this line just to kind of smooth out that darkest line. And then I'm going to come in with the T4 and kind of color all over it, hoping that it moves the color around and gives it a little bit of texture. So we'll see. So first I'm going to do this top part. And then we have to repeat this one more time for the other end. And then I'm going to use this end and just kind of go over it. 1, to smooth it out, and 2, to make it do the texture thing. You see how that changed the texture just going over it like that? Kind of makes it look a little bit like a painted wood. You see that? It's pretty cool. So we're going to do that with the other end as well. And I'll show you the before and after of the T4 on the next one so you can really get a feel for that. So this is T8. This is where we did this one solid. If you don't have the paper you want, you just make it whatever color you want on your own. Love it. So then this one line right here, we want to keep kind of straight if we can. Or straight enough. That's good enough. Then we're going to use T7. And that's the one where we are going to pull down from here. Kind of give that lip like a shadow under it. Lots of little brush strokes. I am lifting it off the paper as I'm doing it. I'm not leaving it on the paper. It's an individual brush stroke every single time. Now you could do it just solid if you wanted to. Probably wouldn't give you quite the same effect, but you could get away with it if that's the way you wanted to do it. So this is T6, and this one where we're gonna pull up from the bottom. I think we actually did that with T7 the last time, but that's okay. They don't have to be exactly the same. Down here. I'm going to start on this end. Just kind of thicker strokes. So it's sort of 2 different ways to do it, just to kind of give you that. And then I'm going to do the back and forth. So I want to really blend that together. There we go. Come on, back and forth, back and forth. Okay, then a little bit above this line. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's all going to move around anyway. So this is T4. So before I start, you can see that this is more of a solid color. So we're going to use the T4. This is why I love these grays. First, I'm going to do this end right here. Smooth this out. And then I'm going to take the other end, the chisel end, and I'm just going to smooth that out. Now, as that dries and I hold it up, you'll be able to see that it looks like it has specks all over it. Dark in one place, light in the other. So it gives us a little bit of a different feel. I think I'm going to hit this one more time because it needs to be slightly darker. So now we're going to take those pieces. So this is our window. We could color the whole thing if we wanted to use it. And I'm going to actually cut along, there's a second line right down here. I'm going to cut along that line. And then I'm going to do it again on this side. We're going to do some interesting stuff tonight. Okay, so this I could use later if I wanted to, but we're not going to use it tonight. So now I have these two pieces. Well, one of them is too long. So here's the card. Let me show you what I had in mind. So I thought with one of them, I would put two. See, doesn't that look cool? And now, all of a sudden, it looks like a shelf I put on the wall versus a window pane. So, I was going to put two of them on this side. And then I wanted a smaller shelf up here, because you know when you buy those shelves at Target. I know all of us have done that at some point in our life, or know someone who has. They come in different sizes. So, hi Jen. So what I'm going to do is cut and piece this one together to make it smaller, shorter, you know. So I'm going to actually cut a section out of it. So we may have to trim a couple times because we're just kind of eyeballing this. But I want it to be, I want the cut line to be right about the center. So I cut one end off. This middle piece we're not even going to use. So throw that away. Then we're going to piece these two together. And before I decide exactly how big I want that to be, I want to make sure that my little vase is going to fit on there. So I might want to leave that open just a little bit further. So what I'm going to do is put my fingernail right there. And then I'm going to take my Barely Art glue. And I'm going to put glue right where I put, up to where I put my finger on there. And then I'm going to take this piece. I know, I'm so excited you're here too. I was surprised to see your name pop up. I was like, oh look, there's Jen Park Rose. Okay, so now I want to hold it and make sure that it sticks together. We're putting together a few, Jen, we're putting together a few things that we colored up earlier in the week because we wanted to, you know, finish the project. Okay, so of course there's that center line now that you can see. I got to get all my glue off there. It's all over my fingers too. So you can see that line in there, but when I put this on it, you're not going to notice it so much, and we're going to take the T6 and kind of go over that to make sure that that doesn't look So obvious. So going with T6. And then we have to go over it with the T4 to kind of disperse out that color. So we just want to kind of blend that color out. Okay, so now when we put this on our card up here, it's going to be the right size. It's going to be a little bit smaller than the other ones, and no one is going to notice that we pieced that together. Now you and I can notice it because we can see it up close, but nobody's going to notice that. Okay, so then we have all three of our little Oopsie Daisies on here. So what I did was I set up some of the sentiments that say Oopsie Daisy in the corner. So I'm going to set this on here. That's why I didn't glue this on yet, because I want to make sure I don't have the words in the wrong place. So let me zoom out just a little bit so you guys can see. Okay. Let's stick this one here. We can move these now because we don't need them right now. What we need is to know if this is going to work. So this is going to be up there. So I think that's going to be good. And I can just leave that green one there. Ooh, these fingernails. Okay, so I have Oopsie Daisy. Please forgive me, I forgot your birthday. You do get to see me finish a card. Okay, so I'm gonna use my Memento ink. I'm gonna ink this up. I know this one coming together. I don't like to leave colored stamp sets in my house undone. And then I'm going to take my espresso. I feel like there's something underneath here. Oh, there is. I wonder it didn't feel flat. And then I'm going to press these. And then we're going to lift it up. It's good, but it's not as dark as I wanted it to be, so I'm going to stamp it once more. Hopefully it didn't move. Love the Oopsie Daisy set. Yeah, somebody suggested that when I was coloring the other night. They wanted it to be jewel tones like emerald, sapphire, and ruby. So that's what we did. Okay, press one more time. This stamp set is so universal. See, so much better. Darker, better, perfect. Okay. So we don't really need this. So I'm going to leave my stamps on there all dirty, which is shocking for me, but I'm doing it. Aren't you guys proud of me? Okay. So now I'm going to take this and put it on my card base that I have here. I love this Barely Art glue, man. I'm telling you. This is my favorite. I want to make sure I'm opening it the right way because I have put them on upside down before. It's not fun, and I certainly don't want to do that live. So, yeah. Okay. Does that look straight? Yeah. Sometimes it's a little deceiving when you're looking at wood stripes on top of your... So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to use my espresso just to make sure it gets on there real good. This isn't the only card we're doing tonight. We're going to do another one. I got big plans for you guys tonight. I'm super excited. I decided to let's just get all kinds of happy tonight. So there's our little shelf. It's going to be cool. Okay, so we're going to put it on there like this. We're just making this flat. We are going to pop something up though, I think. I'm just deciding that right now. Slide just a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna press that down. Okay, and the other one. All right, I like this color we got going on here. We're pretty happy with that. Okay, I'm gonna use my little tweezers because it's such a tiny thing and I wanna get it on there. So we have to make sure that we're not gonna put it up too high that it won't sit our little Oopsie Daisy pot on it. So here we go. Make sure that's straight. Yeah, it just came to me. I don't really know where it came from, but I just didn't like the window on there, so I was like, I gotta find a better way to use that. I already cut it out. I don't want to waste it, so so this is the thinking outside of the box again, because you know I like to do that. I got my sweet pops because I think, like we did the other night, that it would be super cute to pop up the top part of the flowers, like they're sticking out of the flower pot. So I like to do that when I'm doing flowers. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put glue on the bottom part, and then I'm gonna put one of these sweet pops on the top. Take it, the backing off, and then we're gonna put this one on here. So then we gotta hold it down for a second. So I'm gonna hold it with my espresso. Hi, Lena. I'm so happy you could pop in tonight. Okay, so far this is what we have, and look how just part of it stands up. It gives it a little bit of dimension. It's kind of cool. And then we have two more, and I think I'm gonna do them all the same way. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the sweet pop on there first. So there's one, and there's two. I'm trying to keep them in the same order we colored them: blue, red, green. Okay, so now we got this one. Just want to make sure I got them centered on there pretty much. That's the plan. So then we're going to hold this one down. I love this espresso. Look at how helpful it is. It's like my little assistant over here. Oops. And then Barely Art glue on here. Love this glue. Not kidding. We do have some in the shop right now, I think, too. It's the best ever. If you've never tried it, you should. We have the smaller bottle. This is the 4-ounce bottle. We have the 2-ounce bottle in the shop, too, I think. And a kit. But, you know, be careful if you just buy the 2-ounce, because you'll be addicted. And then you'll wish you bought the other one. Okay, I kind of overlap those flowers a little bit, but I like it like that. You like the card? Yay! I like it when you guys like the cards. It makes me super happy. Let's see. We should put some bling on here. Let's look in my bling bowl. I have a honey, these are the honey bowls. These are the, of course it's purple too, you know, because hey, I can't without purple. So I think maybe the little hearts would be cute. They're not too overpowering. They're kind of cute. Always on it. Always. Yep. I have 2 of them on my desk all the time in case I have company. Then my company can use it too. Let's see. Where do I want to put these? What do you guys think? These little hearts are from Pear Blossom Press. They're clear, so they if you light up the card or whatever, it shows through. So they're pretty cool. And these work the same way. All these are Pear Blossom Press. And even though they're colored, you can still see the light shine through them. So they're pretty cool. Jamie has the link to Pear Blossom Press and her My Favorite Things in the shop, so you guys can find it easily. There's one. And last night we used our Nuvo drops. I think I want to turn this one a little bit like that. This is what I like about this glue. You have some time right after you put it, but once it sticks, it is stuck. They look like dewdrops. They're so light, clear. I like this subtle. I like putting the bling, but I like it to be subtle. I don't like it to take away from my coloring. I do have some big bling, so if I don't like the way I colored something, then I put the big bling on it. I'm just kidding. Okay, so there's my Oopsie Daisy card. I like it. So now we took care of that one. We colored it the other night. We made it into a card. All right. So let's roll on to the next one because we have lots of stuff to do tonight. Yay! We like it. Okay, let me throw away my trash so I can clean off my desk to get ready. Cheryl, were you here when I said what we were doing tonight? Because you'll be happy. I am finished with the T markers for now, so I'm moving those away. So those who've been watching me since I started going live know this is my favorite stamp set of all the ones that we have. I don't know why. I am just so addicted to this stamp set. So I thought, well, I'm going to color it tonight because when I got ready to do it the last time, Jamie did it. And so I was like, well, dang it. I don't want to color the same thing. So, but we are going to do it. So this one is going to be all purple, like a whole lot of purple. So this is the Lotus Mandala Stencil. I designed this stencil. I super duper love it. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have made it. Then I have a piece of Sweet Sentiment paper right here because when you blend on that with oxides, it's like butter. It's awesome. And then this I made on a gel press and just had it laying around my house. So I thought, you know, hey, let's use that. I saved one of the scraps so I could put it on the inside of the card, and that's the inside. So this is the color that we're going for tonight. I'm going to color one of these little girls because I want to put it with the lotus flower. So we're going to need that. So instead of having to stamp them out, I already stamped them out somewhere. Oh, where did my girls go? Did they run away? Oh, I found them. Hee hee. Okay, so I stamped them out. I already had them stamped out. But I think I'm going to choose this one. And I'll show you why I chose that one when we get done doing this. So this won't take very long. It's just a little girl, but it'll give you a little bit of coloring along with all our craftiness tonight. So I have our skin tone ready. The E000 is the base coat. Then 04, 11, tonight I'm using 51 instead of 21, and 00. So we are going to just start going. So this is E000 where we wet the paper and get it ready. She's tiny, so I'm going to do all of her skin parts at one time. Usually I do it kind of slow, but tonight I really want to be able to show you guys all these different things. I couldn't decide which one And I figured the last one that we just finished up wasn't a long enough live, so I needed to do something else. And I just couldn't go without doing this girl to put on that card. It just needs to be on there. I think you'll like it when we get done. So that's our base coat. And then we're going to do our shadow area with our E04. So her hands that are holding up the marker and closest to her head. And then up under here where it's tucked behind her head, we want to get some shadow in there as well. Let me. Ooh, look, you can see. And then I'm going to do a little bit up here. And of course, right along where that marker is. And a little bit down the side. I'm not going to do too much over here. I do like to do this darkest part in her mouth. It makes her tongue stand out. Is she standing there screaming, "This is amazing!" Okay, E11 is next. And I'm just going to go along and kind of push that color back and extend out at the same time. I know that sounds confusing, but I'm going along the edge. Hopefully you guys can see. I'll see if I can turn my marker a little bit so you can see. Kind of along the edge, pushing that color back in that way, because I don't want to pull that darkest shade out too far, and I want to make sure that it stays a shadow area. I'm going to do a little bit underneath her glasses. Yeah, just because I feel like it tonight. And then I'm going to go down here and do a little bit. These little feet are so small. We'll probably only hit them one more time. Let's put a little bit on her nose too. Okay, so we're moving right along. Now we have this E51, which is lighter than doing the E21. So I wanted her to be a little pale. That's how I am. So, you know, hey, what can I say? I don't tan. I tried. It didn't work. I got red. I burned. I peeled. I'm white again. Never going to happen for me. So I just accepted the fact. And tonight I want this little girl to look a little bit like me. Even though it is Jamie, technically. I told her we need to redo this set with some of me. I mean, we all know how much I love Copic markers. I had one tattooed on my arm. So you know I like it. Oh, before I do this last E00, I want to pull in the R11 for cheeks. So I'm going to do the little cheeks now. I want her to really be kind of blushing because she's super happy. I'm also going to fill in her little tongue while I'm here. It's so tiny. You agree? We do need a Copic set. I'm not lying. That says that has me on it. I mean, this is my favorite set. I don't know what it is, but if I see any of them online, like somebody releases something that has like a Copic marker in it or a coloring to it, I just want it. I want it. I'm sucked in. I use these in my planner, and I use them in my Rolodex because they're just so darling. And they're Copics. I mean, you know, I'm always coloring, so I have to put them in my planner. Then I'm going to go in with the E000 because I like it to be a little bit lighter on the eyes under the glasses. So there we go. We got a cute little girl going on. She's not going to be the center of attention anyway. The flower is. You like Jamie's new hair color? Should I show you mine? I just got my hair done today too. I wonder if I put it under here if you can see. Can you see that purple pink? Yeah. I got mine done. I know it was funny because Jamie FaceTimed me, and she FaceTimed me, and it came up, like the screen came up, and she goes, "Oh my God, your hair is purple," and I go, "Your hair is red." I'll see if I can. You know what? I'll do it at the end. Remind me at the end after I do it. I'll take the phone off and put it on my face so you guys can see. Because I did curl it a little bit, you know, because I met up with my daughter and my grandson tonight. So, I mean, everybody knew I was his grandma when he walked in the restaurant because he started screaming and ran through the restaurant. Grandma! I was like, oh my. Oh my, he is super happy to see me. So I have C2, C1, and C00. And we're going to work, and I'm going to use V15. So I'm going to use these colors together, and we're going to color the marker. I want the marker to be purple. And all of that is going to come together when I get to the, you know, the final part. I might even give her purple hair because, you know, hey. Okay, so, you know, on your Copic marker, there's only one end that has gray, like a gray mark right here. It's on all your markers. Every one of them is like that. So if you haven't never noticed that, that's how you know before you open your marker that that's your brush nib. And that is your chisel end. This gives it away. So I want to make sure that on my brush nib end that I make a thicker line on here. So that's my reason for doing that. I'm also going to move these out just a little bit. And this part of your marker is that same gray tone. So I'm going to put more of that in here, but not too much, so I want that to really show. And then the other end is not gray like that. See that? They're definitely different. So we are going to color this in that same way. It's how I know which cap to open without opening the caps all the time. Is by knowing it has that thicker line right there. Okay. Can you guys hear the printer going tonight? Go along the edge because I want this marker to look round. The hubby's not feeling well tonight. He has the headache now, so he's in the other room resting. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of color in there. I like that. We don't want it to look white. We want it to look gray. So I think I'm actually going to pull out my C0 as well. We're going to do 2 more layers of this to really make that go well. I know he doesn't usually get headaches at all, so I was a little worried about him, but he said he's feeling a little better. I went to dinner because he was still working. I came home and he was in bed, and I was like, everything okay over there? He said, yeah, I know, my head's hurting. And I was like, ew, I hate it when that happens. So I'm going over and pulling out that gray line that I put on there a few minutes ago. I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom. Notice I spent more time coloring the marker the way it's supposed to be than I did coloring the girl. Thanks. I hope he does too. I'll let him know you guys said that. Okay, now C00. This is the really light one. So this is the one that we're going to go back and forth like this, just to kind of blend out that color. Yes. That's the way I like it. Right there. That's it. that super cool? Hi, Kathy. All right, so there we go. So just to give a little bit more emphasis on the highlighted area, I'm going to use the colorless blender, and I'm just going to hit through this center section again. It'll smooth it out and lighten it up, and that's what I want to do. And a little bit on this end because it should stay lighter. Okay, I'm also going to give her white shoes, I think. So I'm going to use C2 again, just along the bottom where the soles would be. And then we're just going to jump all the way. I do need to put Sandy on it. I didn't think of that. That's funny. See how out of the box you guys are thinking? I should. That's funny. I got Sandy's marker. Got Sandy's marker. Watch in a few minutes before you turn out the lights. You might want to check the replay on this one because what we're about to do is going to be super cool. Okay, so V15. You know, I think I need this to be just a little bit darker. So let me get 17. We're going to add a little bit of 17 in there just at the base. And then we'll blend it out. Same with this one. I knew I wasn't going to get away with using just one color. Now back in with the 15. Yeah, that's what I want. Nice. This one looks a little dried on this end. It needs some more juice. It needs a Copic refill station. Okay, so I picked every color that I was going to do except for her hair. I have all the color combos ready except for her hair. So let's do, we're going to do her crazy hair tonight. We're really going to give her purple hair. Okay, so BV08. This is going to be really dark, so we're just going to put a little bit of it in there. I mean, why not? I'm on a purple hair kick. A little bit from here. And in order to make it not look funny, I gotta put a little bit down here. Okay. And then we're going to swap to V17, then 15. Then we're going to pop in this 05. Because we got to put that pink color in there too, you know, like my hair. So V17. Just putting a few more. Ooh, can we see? Let me see. There we go. And just softening that up a little bit. I'm going to go along the bottom. You might need me to come and finish them for you. I know I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a whole lot of that come mid-April when I'm in Boise. V15. I did tell this lady one time when she asked me if I would come, I said, yeah, it will cost you the price of the airline ticket to get me there. It's funny. Okay. Such small areas here. Okay, and then we're going to throw in this. Oh, yeah. It really is. I love it. I use mine all the time. So I'm just throwing a bit of this V05. Oh my gosh, this is my hair color right here. That was super good. That's exactly. In the sun, you can really see it. In the house, you can't see it quite as much unless the light's shining on it, which it currently is because I have all the lights on. I chose Jamie's favorite jeans color combo 97, 95, 93 for her little pants. I do love that refill station, I'm telling you. And this Copic holder is epic for doing a live. it also keeps a mess from being on your desk when you're trying to put them in the Copic holder. You don't leave so many laying around your desk. It's kind of good for that. I like that. Yeah, he's definitely got a creative mind for sure. He bought us some art drawing books the other day. He was like, this one's for me. I was like, ooh, you're going to start using that artistic drawing talent. He can draw really well. He doesn't do it very often. Hasn't done it since he was pretty young. But he definitely has some talent there. So we're just going, you know, along the outside of the jeans. And the top waist part. And then B93. It's the last one, and I'm going to do that back and forth motion to kind of blend that together a bit. I'll probably have to do it more than once just because this color's so light compared to the last one. One more time, just to get that blend in there. All right. Okay, she's got some cute little pants on. Now we just need to color her shirt, and we'll be all ready for the next project piece. Okay, so I wanted it to be pinky pink, so I chose RV55. R83 and RV52. Hi, Holly. Look at this purple haired girl. Okay, so RV55. Just gonna do her little shirt here. This is so gonna work with what I have going on in my head. Sometimes I wish I could just show you guys in my head what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we're gonna do this. I can't really explain it as well as I can see it in my head. And then our 83, which is going to be a little bit of a different tone, but the last color is going to bring it back to pink pink. Is that a color? Pink pink? You got pink and you got pink pink. I can't remember. I can't remember what my husband said something like that the other day. Well, I'm not crafting. I was like, there's a difference between crafting and crafting, because I did not know that. Okay, so back and forth, blend those colors. This one's pretty light too, so we're going to have to do that more than once. There we go. This one is way light, so we may have to go bring some of that dark color back in. Let's do it with this one. R55. I might even do tip to tip on this if it's... I like to give them a little bit of a waistline so they look skinnier. Hee hee. Okay, one more time with the 52 and we'll see how that goes. Ah, yes. That's going to be all we need to do on that one. Alrighty there. There we go. Now we have that cute little girl done. I am going to have to fussy cut her out though. I'm so sorry you're going to have to watch that. But at least I picked the one that I don't have to do any X-Acto knife cutting on. So first I like to cut her out so I don't have all this excess stuff around it. So we can put that away. You should see the stack of pre-stamped stuff I have. And now we're just going to go along here and fussy cut this out. Because we're going to need it for the project. And then we're going to start working on the lotus flower. So I love the lotus flower. I love lotus flowers. I took some pretty cool pictures of them at our arboretum a couple years ago. Oh, they came out so good. I have loved them and their colors ever since. I got, yes, it is my name, super big on my Copics. Yes, it is. I cut that name out 370 or 80 times and then put my name all over my markers. It took me 3 days to do it. And I would say half that time was weeding. Weeding is the part that takes the longest. I just used transfer tape, and so even though the letters aren't connected, they still were easy to move. Because I just put a transfer tape and just moved all the letters at the same time. So that part wasn't difficult at all, and they've stayed on very, very well. I was a little bit surprised at how well they've held up. Alrighty, we're almost done. Sweet. Okay. I don't really want that to be so pointy. And that needs a snip. Okay, so now we have our girl done. Yay! Did it change the weight of my Copics? Well, you know, I don't really think, not by much, I don't think, but mine do, some of mine, the weight has changed because they're older. Yes, it's the 3D printers running. That's exactly what you hear in the background. So I think that my markers are a little bit, some of them they're heavier anyway, because I think the core starts to build up some weight when you've had them for a while. So I don't think it necessarily added enough for it to really make that much of a difference. So I'm going to set our little girl aside. This is the Lotus Stencil. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit because I want you to be able to see everything that I'm doing. Yeah, this one, oh, I don't even think I cleaned it after the last time that I colored it. But it's okay. I'm going to use, I don't know if you guys have this, but it's called Pixie spray. It's a light tack repositional adhesive for stencils. So I'm just going to spray it on the back of my stencil real quick. You can hear it when I do it. And I'm going to use that to lay on top of my, this is Sweet Sentiment paper I have right here. I cut it already the size of the card. You were doing maintenance today? Yeah. If they're old, like mine are, some of mine are 12 years old or more. So they've been refilled many, 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 many times. Oh, where would you find? I don't remember where I got that. I think you can get it. It says iCraft. But I think you can get it like on Amazon. I'm pretty sure you can. And I just sprayed that Pixie spray on my fingernail. And now it's not as shiny anymore. So, you know, note to self, don't spray Pixie spray on your fingernails. So I have this same washi tape. It's not gone yet, so we're going to use it. And I need to tape this to my desk, the paper to my desk. So I'm going to look and see when I put the stencil on there. I think I can do all the corners to hold the paper down, because you definitely don't want the paper moving. We can tape the stencil down as well, but you do not want the paper to move while you're doing this. Too much. It costs too much on Amazon. Is that what you're saying? I know you can get them at the conventions. I think I would have to look at where you can get it, but like any of those, I don't know if you can get it at Michael's or not, or Hobby Lobby. I don't know. I have two cans though. So I'm pretty good. I found somebody who was selling their brand new can of it because they said, oh, I'm never going to use this. And so I got it really cheap. So I haven't bought any in a while. So this is supposed to hold it down so it doesn't move at all, but we're going to tape it as well because we're going to be doing a lot of activity on this stencil. So again, this is our Lotus stencil, and all I'm doing is centering it down here where these edges of these of the Lotus is, and then I'm just going to kind of make sure it stays on there. And it does pretty good. You see that? So, no, he's not feeling well. He's just being mellow tonight. I mean, he does have the printer going, the 3D printer going, but... Okay, so this is a lot of washi tape, but hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Okay.
Are they messing me?
Yeah, see? Is your husband up working? Yes, they are. Okay, so I pulled out some oxides. This is gonna look a little bizarre in the combo that I'm doing because this is really, yeah, he is in the kitchen. This is really an interesting combo. Again, you know how I am. I like to mix different colors. So this is gonna be purple when we get done, but it's gonna have chipped sapphire in it. It's gonna have Villainous Potion. By the way, I love this oxide. And then it's gonna have Wilted Violet. And this new one, which I don't know why they didn't just name it Flamingo. Yes, it is. It is the color I did before. That's why I was like, it really is going to be the purple, but it just doesn't sound like it. Okay, so we have 4 colors, and what I do is I open them all, and I lay them above my workstation. I'll actually zoom out just a little bit more so you guys can see. I'm going to move this out of the way. Okay, and so we have 4 colors right here. Don't know if I have Villainous Violet. Oh man, I'm telling you that, look at how deep and rich that purple is. Until they came out with this one, they didn't have a really good purple. I mean, they had, you know, either it was light and it had pink in it, or it was dark and it had more blue in it. And so, if you haven't seen these are the Rabbit Hole Design blending brushes. I stinking love the heck out of these things. And just FYI, you see these, you see the words, the labels on my, those are free on the Ranger website. You can download it and print. I just printed it on sticker paper. And so I stuck them on here, and then I stuck them on my brush. So each brush, each one of my colors has their own brush. So I have all 4 of the brushes. Ta-da! They stay stained like that, but they don't, you know, they're super awesome. They look like they're stained that color, but like this one even looks like it has purple already on it, but it doesn't, because when I get done, I scrub it on a blank piece of paper and it's fine. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with this pink color. We're not going to put a lot, but we're going to put a little bit. So I'm going to start coming in from the ends only on the tips of these little flowers, of this flower. And I really don't want to put a whole lot. I don't want it to be too pinky. So I'm just putting a little bit in there. This one won't have much at all because some of the flower is going to be missing down here. Ah, thanks. Yeah, I went out and printed mine, and I'm so happy I did. Also, by the way, in case you didn't know, I store my oxides upside down. I know that sounds funny, huh? I don't know if anybody else does that, but I store them like this. So that's why the words are on them like this. See? I store them upside down because it keeps the ink on the top of the pad rather than going, if it sits like this too long, the ink goes to the bottom of the pad. So I store them like that. It just helps me. Okay, so we have a little bit of pink on the ends of our lotus flower. And then I'm going to go in with the chipped sapphire because I want that to be on the bottom. And what it's going to do is it's going to kind of darken the purple even more by having the blue under it. So I'm just going to go in this most center part right here. And I'm just going to start working in this blue color here. And I'm trying to do this pretty gentle because I don't want to earthquake you guys to death. Remember I told you last night that my desk is not all that stable. So I'm trying to do it a little bit slower. But I have to press a little bit harder because we really want to get that color in there. That blue color, base color in here. So I'm just doing it in circular motions, a bunch. It doesn't have to be really dark. This chipped sapphire looks like it's an extremely dark color, but it would take you a couple layers to get it really dark. But that's just it. There's still some white showing in there, so that's why we go in with, this one's new, Villainous, so I just wrote it on there. I haven't put the sticker on there yet. And then we're going to go in with this one. This is the Villainous one. And then damp bristles over a washcloth to quickly dry. That's a really good idea. Who said that? Who told me that? Oh, you always have the bestest ideas. You and your Windex for cleaning your stencils too. Love that idea. You always have the bestest ideas, Jen. Okay, so you can already see that this, look at how lovely. Oh, bummer. I hate it when it does that. Look at how beautiful that purple is. I mean, it's gorgeous. By itself, it's not quite as dark as this, but with that blue underneath it, it just deepens that purple a lot. Just extending out a little bit more than what we were before because I want to get some more of those petals filled in, but I don't want to go all the way because I really want to keep my little pink tips. So now I'm going to go in with the Wilted Violet. I know, I love this. I'm going to actually do this off the table so you guys don't have to watch the whole table shake. Now I'm going to go up into that pink just a little bit. Now we are going to have to come back in with the pink one more time to blend that out. You know, to get a smooth blend, just like we do with Copic, so we kind of have to pay attention to that. We want to keep that blend really smooth. So we're just doing those circular motions to keep that really pretty color in there. So pretty. Now, if I wasn't live, I'd be doing this a whole lot faster, but it would be shaking my table like there was an earthquake in here. There are some, in the shop we have these brushes. We also have what they call a bitty brush, which is a teeny tiny one. If you need to get in little plate spaces, you can use the little brush, but because this whole thing is pretty big, I'm okay with using this for now. I do have some bitty brushes, but I didn't pull them out tonight. I'm going up just a little bit further. I feel like it's just a little bit lighter than what I originally thought it would be. So look at that. Oh, what? Marianne Samuelson? Was it really? I did not know that. But that's pretty awesome. So now we're coming back in with this. See how that really changed that pink because I had purple in there as well. And I'm just smoothing out these edges right here along where these tips are. This is going to give us a much more solid, complete finish to the color. So a little bit here. And then here. Bringing this one in. This one in. Put a little bit on that one. On this one. Starting to look familiar to you? Isn't that awesome? I know, right? A purple heart would be awesome. So now it's starting to really look like the one that I made before. So I posted a card and Cheryl really liked it and she wanted to see. I'm just hitting it one more time to bring some of the purple back into it because it kind of washed it out a little bit. And then I'm going to come back in with the pink and smooth it out. So I just keep doing that until I'm super happy with it. And then I use a scrap paper if I've mixed the colors to kind of just wipe them off. See, it's still, even though it looks purple, it's still pink. So I love how well that works. And then according to Jamie, this is like the epic best part of it. And that is, I'm going to close these up because we have our color done now. I love these brushes too. I have one for every one of them. Sometimes they get other colors on them because I have them in a little bucket sitting up like that. And they all touch each other. But they all friends, so it's okay. Alright, so here comes the fun part. Ooh, I'm so excited. Okay. Because we stuck this down pretty good with our... I gotta lift it up gently. This is the... look at how beautiful that is. Isn't that awesome? You could do that with any color you wanted. It's so super cool. It doesn't really take that long either. It took a little bit longer tonight because I moved slower so I wouldn't, you know. Take your washi tape off slow so you don't tear your paper. It shouldn't, but sometimes if you pull it too fast, it will. So, I loved this when I did it. Isn't that beautiful? And it's so smooth. It's smooth like butter. Like, I mean, seriously. You don't even see lines in there. It's awesome. So, to top that off, I wanted to be able to, I showed you earlier that I had chosen to use that background paper, right? Well, if I put it behind here, I mean, you're not even going to see it. I want you to be able to see it. So I thought, hey, let's just cut it out. What if we took a stencil and cut it out? Like, I don't know, not very many people do that. But I was like, hey, I can fussy cut. Let's do it. So all I did was cut along this area here. Just along the edges on every petal, and this is really makes it pop because you're not distracted by that additional white hanging out on there. I mean, could you have used your color to come in on the edges? Yes, but this is a whole different idea that I don't see very many people do. And you know how I am. I want you to use these stencils for as many different things as you can. It makes them so worth the money. I mean, they're not that expensive as it is, but if you have multi-uses for it, hey, bonus! Yes, you are so welcome. I knew you wanted to go over this tonight. And I was like, I love doing it. Oxide, ooh, so much fun. You can get, sometimes when I get my oxides out, that's the problem. Once I get my oxides out, I don't want to put them away. I just want, oh, I can make this one. I can make this one. I can make this one. And then I just get stuck doing it all day long. So this is super hard for me to stop after one, but I won't lie, I played a little before the live already. So I was like, ooh, more oxides. Kind of taking my time because I really want this to stay pretty much the same width around the whole flower. And I'm kind of using these lines right here to guide me on how thick I want to cut that. So you kind of have your own little guidelines on there. So sort of perfect. And look at how, I mean, this just makes it. Cutting it out just really makes it, I think. And the card that I posted, I was like, oh, I can't put anything over that. I just want to put a sentiment on it. So I didn't put anything over it. So tonight I was like, can't do exactly the same thing. So that's why we colored the little Copic girl. So we can put her with the lotus flower, which I think will be super fun. All right, here we go. Ta-da! Isn't that cool? I love it. I love it cut out like that. So then we're going to place it on here. So now this looks, all those bubbles, you can see them now. I mean, you can totally see them where you would have wasted all of that hard work you did in making that with the gel press. And who wants to do that? You want everybody to see your fancy schmancy work. So I picked the darkest shade of cardstock. Blended directly over the back. Yeah, I bet it would. I bet it would. So I chose the darkest cardstock because I wanted it to really pull out that center darkness when I put it on there. I'll put this inside in later after we get done. So I'm going to put this on there. So I'm going to use my, oh, that's beautiful, honey. I'm going to, oh man. Yeah, I'm going to put this on there. I lost my train of thought because my husband distracted me with these cool, like, florally designs he's making for his costume. He walked out here and showed it to me and it distracted me. So this is, when you use the gel press, yeah, isn't that cool? He made that. When you use the gel press, you just use like copy paper. It's so cheap. You can make tons of them because of copy paper. It's cheap. That looks just as good on the card. I love it. I'll make sure I get that on there straight. Okay, we need to press that down, so I'm going to turn it over and do that. Now you dropping stuff, honey. Okay. So now we have that on there, smooth, perfectly smooth. I want to lay this here for just 1 second because I think what I wanted to do was, I'm going to show you now what I wanted to do with the stamp set and why I colored that little girl, if I can remember where I stuck her. Okay, so I wanted, it's not going to fit. I mean, it will fit. I can do it over top of, you know, the words. But I wanted to say color all the things. And then I wanted to put her here. So look, it looks like she's coloring the, it looks like she's coloring the lotus flower. Which is why I wanted her to have the purple marker. So I could put her right there coloring it. I just thought that would be super cool. So I want it to say color all the things. So let me think while we take this stuff down on whether I want to attempt to try to stamp over it or put it on a piece of paper and cut out the paper and stick the paper on there. I haven't decided. going to get this big old flower on here. Here we go. You like it? All right, here we go. So I cut the paper down before I started to the exact size of this background piece of paper because I wanted this to fit on there absolutely perfectly. And it worked. See? It worked. I did it. Okay, so now I'm going to press it down like this because I don't want to move any of that color that's on there. I like that color on there, so I want to press from the back side. And then I'm going to put this little girl on here. So I'm going to go ahead and glue her on there. I like her. I'm super happy with her on this project. Look at that. We got 2 projects done tonight. We're almost done. I'm kind of proud of us. Look at us rolling with the flow. We finished up our other card. We did a new one. Just going to press down. I'm not going to move it around. I don't want it to do anything weird. Okay. So now she's on there. I did cut this piece right here. I'm going to put that inside. I'm going to put this on here, and then I'm going to put this on here. So you guys don't have to watch me do that, but I'm definitely going to do that. And then I need to get that sentiment on here. I want that sentiment on here. So I'm trying to decide, what do you guys think? Should I attempt to put it right over top of this stuff? The only thing that worries me is that it's multi-level. So I'm not sure if it'll stamp completely or not. It doesn't fit right there. I want it right there. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think we should go for it. It's just paper. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Let's try it. We can always restamp over and over and over and over and over. Oh, you think add paper on it? You don't think it's going to work, do you? I don't either. I'm worried. I'm stressed. I'm a little nervous. I just don't want that paper to cover it so much. But I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and we'll see how it goes. Hey, if it doesn't work, we can put it on paper and put the paper over top of it. See? Problem solved. We're going to try. Let's see if it works. You guys will never know if it works unless I do it, right? So let's do it. Hi, Rosemary. We are going to try this. Let's see how it goes. Worst case scenario, we'll have to put it on paper and go over it. But you never know. Here we go. Ready? Are you guys holding your breath? Because I know I kind of am. But we're going to make it work. We are going to make it work. Right, here goes our memento. Hello, hello. Fingers crossed. You guys might feel braver doing this if it works, huh? And then I really will have taught you something else new. Okay, I want to make sure it's completely covered. Here we go. Eek! Haha. Closing your eyes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It's almost perfect. I need to do it one more time because I think it didn't pick up too well right there. But I can always fix that with my multi-liner. I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to work out. Ooh, I'm super excited. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Yep, it's just that one spot right there, and we can fix that with the multi-liner. I know we can. Yes, it's okay for you to look. It's all okay. It's all okay. There's a little bit of thick ink pad or something that came off that I needed to pick off of there. I'm glad we didn't just do that because that would have been terrible. So just this one spot right here, and it's because it's the side of the paper that didn't take the black. But we can fix that by doing it with our multi-liner like this. You just have to be really careful, do it really slow. Oh, look at that. Ooh, I love this. Look. Look, look, look. It worked. It worked. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So I would say in the future, I might actually put the color, all the things down just a tad bit more so the T and the H showed up in the, I think I should do the H too. That's what's missing. But I think if you put it down a little bit lower and you're not touching that edge, we would know for the next time. But I think that would help. So there we go. I think it's better if I fix the H too. There we go. See how cool that is? But if you guys haven't played with your oxides, you should. Look how smooth that is. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I love it. And look, I matched her hair perfectly. And now I will show you the other card one more time. There's this one that we did earlier. We rocked this tonight, didn't we? Look at that. 2 cards done. Bam. I better cover that up because I have stuck my arm in it before. I was at a Stampin' Up! Class one time and I stuck my whole elbow in this ink pad. I was so embarrassed. It was kind of funny though. We laugh about it now, but at the time it wasn't funny to me. Okay, so we have these. And now you'll have to bear with me because I'm probably going to have to make you look at my ceiling before I come down to my hair. Are you ready? You need to try that for sure. I think you'll like it. Hopefully I won't turn it off. It's hard to get my phone out of this holder that it's in. But give me a sec. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. So I will flip the screen. There we go. Oops, it wants me to rotate my phone. Okay, there we go. Okay, so can we see my hair? It's very, very purple. See? And it matches the card. Look at that. Look, look, look. It matches the card. That's super awesome. Okay, well, there we go. How was that? And you even got to see my face. Okay, so we got 2 cards. We did a good job. We had lots of fun. We'll be back tomorrow night doing something else. I don't know what, but something cool. And so, yeah, I have to hold it kind of funny because it's already set to going the other way. But, yeah, it does match. And it is purple. Yeah, it's very purple. Purple and pink. You see that? That's what it looks like in the sunlight. I like it, though. I think it's cool. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I loved having you guys here. I hope you loved the cards. I love the cards. And tomorrow we'll do something new. Okay. Bye, guys.